Okay, welcome back, everyone. I am re-recording a video I did yesterday. I recorded it without sound. I didn't even realize until I uploaded it, and someone commented. I just ended up deleting it. I don't want to delete my code because I honestly don't remember everything we did, but I will go through some things that were left over. So for the dashing, these are all the variables that we're going to be using for dashing. I think there's some new ones. You might want to cross check your code. I think is dashing is new. I'm not 100% sure. For the sprite, the actual dash sprite, we ended up changing a little bit of things. So instead of having in one certain direction, we're going to have our direction as a variable because we're going to want to change this later on. In our player, I'm going to go down to our dash. Here we go. And we're going to create that dash node in the checking of are we dashing. So when we dash, so when I actually click dash, what's going to happen? Well, what's going to happen is I'm going to take a direction. I'm going to take the direction I'm looking at, or sorry, not looking at, but pointing at, right? And then I'm going to want to dash in that direction, right? So I'm going to dash in that direction times 50. So I'm going to go at the speed of 50, essentially. That's kind of the speed, right? So we're taking our position and then we're just adding to that position. So here's our original position. I want to dash here, like in that direction times 50, right? So that's the speed or length it's going at, essentially, right? This is the time, and then we have translinear and trans ease out. We start the tween, and then we're going to make is dashing true, right? So while we're dashing, this is going to happen, right? So we're going to actually create that little dash effect. And then we're going to yield until that tween is completed, right? So once that tween is completed, once we've dashed, essentially, we're going to set dashing equal to false. So let's see what happens if I actually, wrong language, there we go. Let's see what happens if I don't have that. So if I dash, or so if I dash, it's just going to constantly be making that dash effect, right? So that's why I want to make sure dashing is false after. Let's actually go back, save that, and click it again, and it'll set it to false. There we go. So yeah, now we have a full dashing effect. This does ignore, what do you call it, collisions. So you might want to check, obviously. So there's certain things you might want to be able to do. Like, for example, you don't want to go outside the world by dashing outside of it. So you can kind of decide if you want to put this in your game or not. I think a way to fix this, actually, let's do this right now. We can actually decrease the time that we're dashing over. Right? Will that work? Ooh, I think it. Okay, it won't work. So I don't know. You can kind of figure it out and decide what you want to do for your game. But for me, this is fine. I have dashing now, which is really cool. I can dash in any direction. We have that cool dashing effect. I can attack. We can hit monsters, which is awesome. And I think there's one more thing that I ended up doing. Oh, yeah. I also, let's go to our game. I also ended up adding a level system, which I wrote, but during the recording, but I ended up, I didn't have audio, so I'm re-recording. I'm just going to go through it and explain what each thing does instead of just rewriting it. So we added all this stuff. We have the level, we have experience total, and then we have experience required. And we're not going to save the required because this is calculated every time we load the game, right? So we're going to get let's go to the required first. So experience required. We're going to get our player or pass our level player or an integer, essentially, right? Which, so in this case, it would be player level +1. And we're going to power it to 2.5. So it'll be like, for example, 1 or 2 to the power of 2.5. And then we're going to add our player level times 4. So this is kind of the calculation I use for the experience required. This is going to be an exponential growth. So you can kind of use whatever calculation you want in your get required experience, but this is what I use. You can feel free to use this. Feel free to use anything else you want. It doesn't matter. I don't care. And then for gain experience, this is just to gain experience. So every time I call this function, I'm going to pass an amount through. So let's say like 10. I'm going to add to my total experience. I'm going to add to my current experience. And then I'm going to create a array called growth data. And in this growth data, we're going to constantly be checking if our experience is greater than or equal to experience required, then this is when we want to level up. All right. If we do level up, we will subtract the experience from the experience required, so that way we can escape this loop, right? And then we're going to append the experience required and experience required once again. And then after, we're going to append the experience and get experience required after that loop. And then we're just going to emit the signal experience required with our growth data. And then we're going to, the level up function is very simple. It's just level +1. We have max health +1. We can also do damage +1 if we want. I don't think that's how you spell it. Damage. How did I spell it? Player damage, that's why. Player damage +1, and let's do +2. And then we have the player experience required for this. And in our UI, I basically just printed our level. So I've duplicated the coin. I went into the script, and I'm printing our level. And then last thing I think I didn't do is in our skeleton, when it dies, right, we're going to increase the gold, and then we're also going to gain experience. So now when I play, let's actually change the experience to 100. That way I level up off of 1, so I don't have to kill 2. Whoops, wrong button. There we go, I killed it, and it gave me 3 levels, so it gave me 30 max health. So let's kill another guy and see what happens. I also gained damage, so I now do 9 damage, which is awesome. And now I do 11, or whatever, right? So I have a bunch of HP, which is awesome. I leveled up a bunch, and you can save this in your utils. So you can always save the levels and everything in here. So let's actually do that now. Let's copy paste that. Let's save our utils. Let's save our player level, and then let's save our player damage. I have to copy paste it. Let's go up here. Player damage. Paste that. And then let's go down here and just copy paste those. And so now it'll save our damage and level anytime I level up. You do have to save experience as well, actually. Experience. We'll save experience total as well. That's not what I want to do. Go down here, copy paste 2 more. Experience total, copy paste those. And that's not what I want. Experience, there we go. Awesome. Now let's go back here and save and load. We'll play. It'll reset everything, so it's actually going to send me to character select. Ooh, did I crash? Let's play one more time. Ooh, I think I know what's happening, actually. I didn't even realize that was a bug. Now I know. So what's happening is we need to hide this guy after. Actually, you know what we'll do? We'll actually do this in the animation player. So fade out, we'll go over here, and then we'll take this and we'll say visible out. Okay, let's do that one more time. Play. Now I can click. Except it's not working, so whatever, let's just select. Okay, now let's kill something. Nope. There we go, I'm level 4. I don't actually think I'm ever saving, so let's actually save somewhere. So let's save after we kill something. So utils.save. Let's go again, let's kill something. Oh, really bad at this game. Okay, let's close. Let's make sure I'm not saving and then loading. Okay, let's play. Play. And it saved my level. It didn't save my gold. You probably will want to do that. I saved my health, apparently. And you can save whatever else you want in your game. So we have a pretty cool working game. Next video, we're going to be working on inventory. We might also add to the game. We'll see. I do plan on doing inventory soon, actually. So I'm not sure it'll be next episode or in a few episodes. But we have pretty much created, without the inventory, we've created a pretty good RPG game. So I'm pretty proud of that. I'll actually have to think about it. I'm not sure if I'll do the inventory as a separate series or like little thing, or if I'll do it part of the series. We'll find out. So I'm gonna have to think about it. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. So either my thinking right now is either I do a separate series, not series, but kind of a bland project, like a completely separate project where I just create an inventory, and then you can kind of apply it however you want to either to this game or to another game, or um, I can continue this series and make an inventory. If there's any other requests you guys want, one idea I had was to make it multiplayer. Making it multiplayer would be a bit more difficult in certain aspects, but I have thought about adding multiplayer things. Or again, I can make a separate series on multiplayer, which would be cool. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. This is a pretty long series, but we have created a pretty cool game with dashing, attacking, a bunch of cool stuff, and hopefully you guys have the capability now to kind of create your own game. If you have a bunch of more animations, like farming or whatever, you should now kind of understand how to do that within the animation tree. We have a bunch of sound effects that we can play. We have a click sound effect, options. There's nothing in there. We can quit, etc. So we've made a pretty cool game, which I'm really happy about. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Should be next for this channel. I do eventually want to. I am right now. I'm trying to focus on education, but I'm also trying to focus on the growth of this channel. So I am definitely, as you might already be able to tell, I'm posting quite a bit. This is mostly for the YouTube algorithm. It's mostly for me to grow as much as I can. I am growing at a pretty okay pace, but I want to increase that if I can. I would love to get more views. It definitely, seeing a view count definitely helps motivate me to make more videos. Seeing your comments especially help me when you guys engage with me. That helps a lot. So, and it might help you as well. So if you want to see anything, if there's anything specific you want to see, let me know in the comments, and maybe I'll do that. So yeah, and I will see you guys next time.